Have you ever pondered whether she's expressing her affection for you without vocalizing it? You've come to the correct place. Right place. We're going to talk about 8 small signs that she wants you badly but is keeping it a secret. These include long hand grazes and accidental nudges. Don't miss these signs, trust me. Before we start, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more flirty tips like this one. Let's begin with the light arm touch. You're having a conversation, laughing or telling intriguing stories when all of a sudden her hand lightly touches your arm for a second. She might be laughing at your joke and tapping your bicep in delight, or making a point with a brush of her fingers. It's quiet. The light arm touch is one of her ways of testing the waters. Although it may appear insignificant, it's a deliberate action. Why does this fleeting contact matter? Because the arm is a safe zone, non-threatening, non-intimidating, but still intimate enough to break the invisible wall of personal space. When she touches your arm, it means she's comfortable, intrigued, and possibly trying to signal that her interest in you goes beyond casual chatter. This isn't just happenstance, it's an invitation to notice her interest. She might not say it outright, but her body language is doing all the talking. She's testing your response. Will you lean in, laugh, make an equally flirty move in return, or worse, pull away? The way you react, whether it's with a smile, a playful comment, or even a light touch back, can influence the outcome. She knows you're in the game. A positive response encourages her to take things further, upping the level of connection between you two. 2. The playful push is a classic move in the game of attraction. Imagine you're teasing her with a joke or calling her out on that time she got too competitive at trivia night. All of a sudden, she reaches over and gives you a light push on the arm, shoulder, or arm while laughing and making eye contact. If this happens, don't be fooled. This is not an accident. Feel free to flirt. Bill pushes her in a fun way to see what happens. This move tells you, I feel good enough to touch you, but I'm going to keep it casual so you won't catch me. Breaking the touch barrier in this light-hearted way allows her to gauge your reaction. Do you smirk? Push her back playfully, flirtatiously, and grab her hand. If you pass this invisible litmus test, you might be on the fast track to something more, but why does she do it? Because this small gesture adds just the right amount of spark to make things interesting. It's loaded with a mix of attraction, curiosity, and a little bit of shyness. After all, not all women are going to come right out and say, "Hey, I like you," but this small physical connection speaks volumes. The key is how she follows up. The push is almost always accompanied by laughter, a smile, or a cheek comment. These are signals that she's having fun and enjoying the vibes between you two. Now your job is to respond kindly. Give her a playful nudge back or lean in to deepen the conversation. Remember, flirting is all about a little give and take, so match her energy and humor while subtly showing her you're just as interested. And trust me, if she's giving you that playful push, she wants to keep the chemistry sizzling. 3. The knee touch. The knee touch. Subtle yet powerful. You're sitting next to her, maybe engrossed in a conversation or laughing at some silly joke, when suddenly her hand grazes your knee. It could be just for a second, fleeting enough to seem casual, but make no mistake. This isn't a mistake. This move shouts loud and clear that she's looking for something more without saying a word. The knee touch might seem like a light, almost innocent gesture, but don't underestimate its power. It's a deliberate move that turns the conversation from friendly to exciting, because the knee is just neutral enough to not seem too forward, but close enough to spark a connection of undeniable chemistry. It's her way of saying, "I feel comfortable with you," while leaving the door open for you to make the next move. This touch usually takes place when two people are sitting next to each other, maybe on a most older men. Think that when a younger woman, she looks at them with a smile on her face, either because they want to be polite or because they think it doesn't matter, they brush it off, thinking what if you think she's being nice or smiling at everyone, but that's keeping you from seeing the truth? There's usually a deeper reason behind those assumptions. There is a smile that is often overlooked by men, and once you identify it, you will never again have any doubts about your abilities. If you've ever wondered if a younger woman was flirting or just being nice, this video is for you. Let's dissect the situation and uncover the true meaning. Picture yourself at a coffee shop, poised and composed, perhaps even adorned in a manner that subtly conveys, "I've got my life together." A younger woman looks at you and smiles. You think it's just a friendly gesture, but here's what's really going on. She's noticing how sure of yourself you are. Younger men are still working things out, but older men tend to be quite confident. It's magnetic because you don't second-guess yourself or try too hard to impress. Let's be honest, confidence is one of the most attractive traits anyone can have. That smile is a silent nod of appreciation. She might not even know she's doing it, but trust me, it's happening too. You stand out from the crowd. Younger women are used to talking to men her age who are still discovering themselves. Many of them are glued to their phones, fidgeting nervously or awkwardly as they try to find the right thing to say. When you walk in, they're not frantically adjusting their shirt every 2 seconds or laughing too loudly to fill the silence. You're just existing, your mind at ease, and you're in your element. She sees the way you hold your gaze. The way you talk doesn't mean you have to make a joke every 5 seconds. The fact that you're not desperate, that smile means you want everyone to like you. 3. You give off a stable vibe. This is something most older men don't realize. And we're not just talking about financial stability, though that doesn't hurt. We're talking about emotional and mental stability, the kind of steadiness that makes people feel safe. Younger women smile at you because they think you've done life, learned from it, and come out wise. You are a grounded individual who does not become upset over trivial matters, overreact, or engage in unnecessary games. In a world where many individuals are still navigating their identities, your energy is noticeable. Your smile is a subversive expression that conveys, "I feel secure around you," even if she is not actively seeking anything. This sense of stability is sufficient to captivate her attention in a manner that she would not with someone of her own age, as she finds experience to be appealing. Let us discuss this further. A lot of older men underestimate the power of experience. When a younger woman smiles at you, she might be thinking he probably knows how to have a real conversation. He looks like the type of guy who actually knows what he's doing in life. Younger men, in their efforts to impress, often focus on proving themselves. They try hard to be the loudest, funniest, and most entertaining. Older men, on the other hand, tend to focus on enjoying life, and that's a massive difference. One thing that younger women notice immediately is the smile she gives you. It's not just about attraction, it's about curiosity, as she wonders what stories he could share and what lessons he has learned. What kind of presence does he bring into a room, and what kind of interest does that spark? It's a strong 5. She's trying things out right now. First, let's talk about the mind. Some younger women smile at older men just to see how they react. It's not because they want something, but because they're interested in how they'll react. Will you smile back? Will you look nervous? Will you give off a sense of quiet confidence? It's almost like an unconscious way of asking, "Are you as interesting as I think you are?" If you answer with the same level of warmth and assurance, it makes her more interested. If you ignore it or look away awkwardly, she might think she got it wrong and move on. There is a small but powerful social test going on right now that many older guys don't even know about. She really thinks you're beautiful? And finally, let's say it. Younger women will sometimes smile at older guys just because they find them attractive. Your attire, the color of your hair, your demeanor, and the quiet confidence that stems from self-awareness all contribute to your appeal. Society often tells older men that they're there without them saying a word. When a woman puts her hand on your back, it's not a chance, it's an act of connection. This isn't just a friendly pat or casual brush. This touch shows that she is interested and confident. Imagine walking through a crowded area, and she guides you gently with her hand on your back. That touch is full of intention, whether she's leading you through a doorway, standing close in a dimly lit room, or just putting her hand on your back while you talk. It's her subtle, unspoken way of expressing her intent to be with you. If she keeps her hand on your back, it means she's comfortable being close to you and may even want you to notice how good it feels for her, as much as she notices how pleasant it feels for you. Why does she do it? Because this touch is protective yet intimate, it's a way for her to show she wants to take care of you in her own way. There's also an element of trust here. She's willing to break the invisible barrier of personal space to reach out to you. It's her way of saying, I feel good around you and I want you to know it. This is more than just a passing gesture. It's a way for you to understand how she feels. She touched your back with her hand. Take it for what it is, a sign of closeness and relationship. Lean into that trust you feel. If she touches you, you can respond by smiling, making eye contact, or even sliding your hand up to briefly touch hers. It's all about matching her energy while keeping things flirty and respectful. For example, if she touches you on the back, don't brush it off as nothing. See it for what it is, her way of getting closer to you emotionally and physically. If you read the moment right, it could lead to something even more exciting. The shoulder lean, that famous move that looks so simple but has such a strong meaning. Moreover, you might be sharing a laugh with her on the couch or strolling beside her when suddenly she rests her head on your shoulder. It might only happen for a few seconds, but trust me, it's not an accident. This isn't just a casual move, it's her way of saying, hey, I feel safe with you, without saying a word. And there's nothing hotter than someone being so open and trusting with you. It's subtle, but it means a lot when two people are relaxed and talking about something important, or just sitting in comfortable silence and enjoying each other's company. This touch carries more weight than a kiss or a handshake, and it may indicate her desire to establish a deeper emotional connection with you. For her, leaning on your shoulder is a COI little thing. She is revealing her vulnerability, which holds significant importance for her. By making this affectionate move, she's showing you how much trust and warmth she feels toward you. It's not just about balance or comfort, it's about saying, I'm comfortable enough with you to lean on you in more than one way. The way you respond is where you shine. Don't think too much about it. Just enjoy the moment. Shift your position to accommodate her and maybe even rest your head lightly against her if it feels right. This will make her even more drawn to you because the shoulder lean isn't just flirtation, but a deeper invitation. Now that you have her attention, it's time for move 8, the leg brush. This is one of the most subtle moves in the history of flirting. Imagine you're sitting close to her at a table for two or in a booth with friends. Her leg lightly brushes against yours. At first, you might think it's a mistake, and it might be. But when it happens again and again, you know it's not a coincidence. It's a well-thought-out plan to ease her into physical intimacy. The leg brush is a form of non-verbal communication with a healthy dose of flirtiness. There's a thrill to touching without making it too direct or obvious for her. It's about bridging the physical gap between you two while watching how you react. If you tense up or move away, she'll probably take that as a sign to slow down. But if you relax or even lean into the situation, you're giving her permission to keep building the chemistry. Why does she do it so well? It could mean she's feeling brave and wants to show her interest without saying it outright. She brushes your leg as a flirty way to see how things go while keeping them light and fun. It's close enough to capture your attention without being overly intrusive. Trust us. If she brushes her leg against yours on purpose, she's inviting you into her world of flirty fun. The best way to react is to be as quiet as she is. Avoid making a big deal out of it. Instead, think about how you feel about it. If you're also interested, maintain the touch and consider gently pressing your leg against hers. She'll notice and love the exchange. Always remember to be sure of yourself. This isn't about making a big statement. It's about sharing a moment of laughter and tension that sometimes says more than words could. Sparks begin with the lightest touch, or in this case, the soft brush of a leg insert. Touches can say a lot when words fail, and figuring out these small signs can help you connect with someone more deeply. Every gesture, like a light touch on the back, a cozy lean on your shoulder, or the playful bright brush of her leg, has a deeper meaning behind it. The key to reading these signs is to stay present, aware, and sure of yourself in your interactions. Remember that it's not enough to just notice the touch. You need to understand what it means and respond in a way that encourages intimacy and mutual comfort. These small moments may not seem important, but they lead to something much deeper. Pay attention to the signs and you might find a deeper bond she's been waiting to share.